Blooom, a company that professionally managed 401k accounts, left 26,000 customers high and dry on November 17th when they sent out an email telling their customers that their accounts were canceled without reason. So, what gives? Well, that's what we're covering today. Welcome back to Stop Being Sold. My name's Michelle, and I'm here with Brian. So, Brian, what the heck is going on?
First, let's talk about the email.
Okay.
Okay, so on November 17th, I received this email titled Important Information About Your Blooom Account. Michelle, this email came in at 7:22 p.m.
Yikes.
Central Time, so 8:22 if you're on the East Coast.
Sure.
And let's hit the highlights of it. What really hit me was, here's their exact phrase. Today, we're embarking on a new chapter at Blooom, one that we believe will ultimately result in an enhanced offering in the retirement marketplace. But unfortunately, this requires us to shut down the current Blooom service effective immediately.
Yeah.
And then please refer to the frequently asked questions at bloom.com for additional information and answers to these questions.
Which, by the way, really told you nothing.
Full disclosure, I wasn't a client of Blooom, but had been researching it to see how they actively manage 401k plans. I was on their email list, and apparently that just dropped. They basically just dropped an email to everyone at once.
Yeah, way to be clear.
Yeah.
Right. So Brian, what do you make of all this?
Well, let's go to the scoop of it. Okay, here's Blooom shut down and basically left all of his investors in the dark. Okay. Sure. One single email announcement that leads to a frequently asked question section on their website. They had 26,000 clients, Michelle.
How many accounts?
150,000 plus accounts, and they manage between 5.6 and 5.8 billion in assets, depending on which story you're reading and their most current ADV.
You know what's amazing to me about this? The fact that they're 5.6 billion in assets and 150 plus thousand accounts with 26,000 clients. That's a really interesting email to send.
Yeah. And according to some media reports recently, Morgan Stanley purchased the assets of Blooom and their 13 employees to help grow their Robo-advisor platform, but they didn't buy the clients.
Interesting.
Boom, gone overnight.
So again, I'm just like, what the hell?
25 years in the business, Michelle, as a financial advisor, a normal merger or acquisition is usually announced and takes several months to close. This was so different. It was out of the blue, and Blooom completely canceled the whole platform in an email. Is definitely unheard of.
Yeah,
definitely.
It is different. It's really weird because you're right. It is not a normal merger and acquisition. No. So let's talk about what clients are saying. I know that there are a lot of angry people, but what are
clients are upset. Let's just put it that way. And it's funny. I went to the Reddit board. There was a thread on Blooom, and
Michelle, long.
19 pages long. And here's some of their concerns. They were concerned about getting refunds for their subscriptions. Number one. Second, they were concerned about the privacy of their information.
Yeah.
Many was just like, what happened? Why'd you shut down my app instantly? I've been with you for years. And they're basically, most of them are like, okay, so what do we do now? We're unsure what to do with our investments.
And they're not getting any answers on this, correct?
Zero answers, except for a link back to that frequently asked question, which does not tell them what to do with their accounts, but it does explain on the refund part of it. What we're hearing, they've already sent out refunds to the majority of the people because you paid an annual subscription. So they prorated it and sent funds back. They did state.
Look, that privacy, privacy of information is so important. That's not even being addressed.
Basically that your information was yours, and they had in their disclosures that they could use that information to their affiliate partners. So we don't know where this is going. No more about why the app was shut down, except for, hey, something new is coming. I'm sorry. Just me thinking out loud here. If you shut down my subscription by email, you think I'm going to go to project number 2?
No, for sure not. Absolutely not.
Hello, you just ruined my trust with you by
Right.
doing this. That's just my opinion. Just saying.
Okay, so let me ask you. I want to stick to the clients, but I do have this one just
Mhm.
question here, and I don't know if we can actually say it or you can or whatever. But do you think there's some sort of something like undermining? How do I say this? Is there fraud going on? Like, why it doesn't make any? None of this makes sense. Do you think that they got in trouble?
I don't know. Here's the scenario. If there was, you will soon hear about it. But well, here's the difference. This type of program, Michelle, you didn't hold the client's accounts. Okay, the
Right.
client's accounts were held where their 401k
Sure.
was.
100%
Okay,
got that. Yeah.
so all they did was manage them accounts. They didn't hold the accounts. So it's not like some other
I understand.
big
Yeah.
items in the news right now. But so we're still unsure. That just raises another question. What happened to force you to shut down the site
Right.
instantly
That
overnight?
like that.
No, that just does not happen. Not with 5.6 billion in assets,
No.
really?
No.
So I haven't heard through the grapevine any regulators or anything like
Sure.
that looking at it or anything. Nothing's been mentioned. I mean, it's just like dead in the water.
Interesting.
It's over.
So let's go back to the client, the
Mhm.
customers, right? And us average people.
Sure.
So clients who like this type of management, right? They obviously had a subscription to Blooom because they wanted
Sure.
someone to or what's a robo-advisor, right? But they wanted professional account management so that they did not have to rebalance and take care of their 401k.
Right.
Correct? Okay.
Right.
So now what for those people? I mean, can they actually trust another company to do that? How
Well,
do you go about even, I mean,
think about that.
what now?
That's a great question. Okay. 26,000 people, Michelle. Okay. Oh, all of a sudden, because it's funny, because if you go to Google right now and you type in Bloom, and here's other companies that are advertising
Um,
above the Bloom articles, still looking for professional account management, come
yeah,
to us. Well, 26,000 people were just thrown in the dark with their accounts, and now they're
yeah.
stuck and don't know what to do. You think they're going to automatically trust the next ad that comes out in front of them? It's
No,
gonna you got to build that trust back up,
for sure.
uh, and and one thing in the Reddit thread, there was people that said, "Well, I guess I'm going to go back to target date funds." There were several people said that. Well, I don't want to manage it myself because I don't know how to do it. So basically, I'm going to go back to target date funds because they were going to do it for me.
Yeah, and a quick word on target date funds.
Right.
They don't take into account your specific goals, your needs, all of that. It just
I lump everybody
basically
into one category based
one
on age.
category based on the date of retirement, and that's
Yeah.
why I went, ooh.
Right.
It's not often in an investor's best interest to do that.
Right. Right.
What
So,
a
I
shame.
mean, now what these consumers need to do, if they're still interested in that, is to basically go and look to see if there are other ones out there, go
Right.
through the fine print of these other companies that can do it for you. If they still want it done, if they trust them, they're probably going to pay more than what Bloom was, because Bloom was a subscription.
Sure.
But I did see in one of the articles that just came out, I think it was yesterday or the day before, that Bloom had been planning for this for a while, that they were actively looking for acquirers of the whole company in the last year. Well, that was never
Oh,
disclosed to the consumers.
of
So,
course not.
and you don't shut it down in the middle of the night. Just
No,
my opinion. Just
no.
saying.
Especially right before the I think the timing is interesting too. It was like the week right before in the US Thanksgiving.
Hey,
Anyway,
still, they'd be like me, Michelle, 25 years in the business, and all of a sudden tomorrow, oh, by the way, I'm sending out an email. Goodbye.
I'm out.
I'm
Yeah,
retired.
yeah.
Really? No, you
Doesn't work
just
that way.
can't do that.
No.
There are regulations of what to shut down your practice. So, and whoever takes it over next, well, according to these articles from the media reports, Morgan Stanley wasn't taking over the assets of the clients. They were only taking over the software and the technology, and took their employees to their new to help grow their Robo-advisor platform.
Well,
I'm so confused.
yeah, right. Exactly. Well, there's a lot
I
of that.
cannot imagine what's going through the minds of the 26,000 people.
Oh, I can't either. I mean, no. And I'm sorry if you're one of them. It's just
Definitely.
it's not right.
Definitely, truly sorry, folks. This should not happen in today's world at any time.
Well, it is. It's happening all over the place. Some days I'm
It
like,
is.
are we in a clown world? What is going on? Just
Never
look at
seen
the,
nothing
I
like
mean,
this.
FTX, the Sam Bankman-Fried, this whole thing.
Right.
It's just dirty. It stinks. And that's just one example of, anyway.
Right.
I'm going to
Completely
stop there.
different access to this here, but I mean, you still have your accounts. Thank goodness your accounts weren't frozen.
Sure.
That's a good thing. But it still just don't make sense. It leaves a really bad taste in your mouth of ever wanting to work with an advisor, a robo-advisor, or even a financial advisor face-to-face again.
Absolutely.
It's a shame.
All right. So we're going to wrap this up. We're going to put a link below the video. It's called Is Your 401k Losing Money? Watch it. It's one of our most popular 401k videos. Go check that out now, because the markets are volatile. Everything's volatile. People are just a little bit nervous, and rightfully so. Right. So especially after we just had a whole conversation on it. It does a lot to just unnerve people, because their money isn't being respected or taken seriously. It's just
that's a great point right there.
Right? It really is. So
you shut down 26,000 accounts overnight by an email. You did not respect them people's money.
No,
and that's totally wrong.
This is why we do this channel.
Yes.
We're
here for you, folks.
We are here. All right. Go check out that video. Is Your 401k Losing Money? Do not forget to like the video. Give us that. Tell us you like the content. Subscribe. And if you have comments, leave them below. All right. Thanks, Brian, for this great conversation. And thanks to everyone who watched.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.